In today's video, we're going to create a snarky birthday card. Hi, I'm Stacy. Welcome to my channel. I hope you enjoy and are inspired to create. Here we are for another installment of birthday cards, birthday month birthday cards. So I use the stamp set from Colorado Craft Company. I had it up there on the screen. What was it called? Hang in there. And I printed out that sentiment on my printer, just typed it up on my computer and printed it out, and then I used like a nesting die to cut it out because it was in the middle of the page. So if you're good at computers, you could probably do it up in the corner and format your paper, but I mean, all you have to do is center it in the center of your page and then crop it out where you want it. And that's printed on Neenah Classic Solar White 80-pound cardstock because I knew I was going to be ink blending on it, and it holds up pretty well to it. It comes out nicely, so, and Copics work well on it. And then I created some masks with some printer paper, and I just stamp on it, and then I fussy cut it on the line and put two-way glue on it, which becomes repositionable if you let it dry. And I'm just taking the extra tackiness off on my hand. You can use your clothes. It's just whatever you want to do. And then that is from a stencil set from Lawn Fawn that's called Nighttime Sky Stencil. So that's the mask of the moon. And then I'm just using some post-it tape and doubling it up so I can hold it in place while I ink blend my background. So as you can see, I've got scattered straw, seedless preserves, chipped sapphire, and I bring in black soot too. And I just started with the glow around the moon, and then I'm going to go in with the purple and then the blue. And some of the glow around the moon will disappear a tiny bit because it's okay to blend over it. Just be careful and test it out because those are complementary colors that can create a brown or gray. But I've done it before. Just don't go over it too much and you'll be all right. And then I worked for, and then I'm going to go to the blue, and then on the outside I'm going to go with the black soot. So I mentioned in my last video that I've been struggling with my creative mojo. I've just been feeling off, been feeling under the weather. I think it's my depression that I'm going through a spell with, and at this time of year it hits me in a way that I don't often pick up on, but it's because it's that time of year where my mother passed, and also it's Mother's Day and my birthday and those sorts of things. So I think that's playing a role in it. So I'm going to try to keep putting stuff out. But I may not be so chipper in my voiceovers because I just feel out of it. Like I just feel out of it. I feel weird. And it's a strange feeling. And I just been struggling with it. So I took there's that stencil from Lawn Fawn. And I took the scatter straws, I blended in like you could see, and then I took the other portion and went over it and did the craters on the moon, and then took the stencil and went back over it with a little bit more of the yellow. And you can add more ink, you could do less, you could do it in whatever colors. If you wanted a gray moon, you could do gray. If you wanted a red moon, you could be red. That would be cool for Halloween. And then I'm just going to color these up, and I use some warm grays and just desaturated colors. I think I bring in like an E44, and then the green is a G99, and that's a chow, so the lid won't be on the screen, but I think I put it up there. And I'm just doing really simple coloring. I took a yellow and kind of put a little bit of highlight around the edges. And you don't have to do that. You could do that with a really light gray marker, because in reality it would probably be like that instead of a yellow glow. But I like it. I think it makes it pop. I think it looks more whimsical and magical. So I like to edge it with the yellow. And I've been really enjoying making these nighttime scenes with the glow. And they're really simple, guys. I mean, really, they are. And it's really impactful when you add the glow around the outside, and it takes the eyes off of any little hiccups or if your coloring's not, perfect. Like these little images from Colorado Craft Company, these Anita Jerem, They can be difficult to color, but they can be colored really simply, and they turn out super cute. Now, I just stamped out the images from the stamp set. I wasn't sure if I was going to use one bat, two bats, multiple, because this one's for the inside of the card. And I stamped it out on some paper, and then I put it in my copier and I enlarged it. And there's a reason why. You'll see at the end I show the inside of the card. And I'm just going around and coloring it much like I did the other one. I'm darker in the folds of the wing and then lighter on where I guess that would be their little arms, right? They're like hands, kind of. And then I go in with a black Prismacolor pencil and Gamsol. And that helps with like any shading that you don't get right when you use your markers. I mean, it can cover up a lot of that, or you could add more detail and make it a little bit more dimensional with colored pencils if you don't get there with your markers, because they're more precise with the tip of the pencil. Just make sure you sharpen it and make sure your stump is clean. And I just used a nail file, an emery board, or you could use sandpaper. And there's a little container with Gamsol on a cotton ball up above there that I keep dipping when you see in between the colored pencil and then bringing the stump in. I dip it in there. So, how's your guys' beginning of the summer going? Told you guys it was the triple digits up here. It's been miserable. The AC's going non-stop, which is really messing with my sinuses. You know, same story, different day. What is that? SSDS or SSDD? I'm sure you guys know. And then I just took some glasses. This old Heidi Swap stamp set. It's probably not available, but find ones that fit. And then I'd colored with those colored pencils, which kind of created a bit of a... The eye wasn't quite in the right place because it didn't fit perfectly. I stamped right over it. I'm going to go in with a marker and darken it up, and you can't see that the other eye was kind of crossed. But that would have been cute too, to leave it there and make it look like it was cross-eyed or narrow-eyed. Because bats' vision, I mean, they don't see well. They use their echolocation to find food and be able to see. So, and I'm fussy cutting it out. Just fussy cut on the lines if you don't want just a little bit on the line. If you don't want a white border. I typically don't care for the white borders. Sometimes they work well in scenes, sometimes, and other times I just don't care for them. It's a personal preference, so you do you. And you try to just use your dominant hand for the scissors and rotate with your non-dominant hand and rotate the paper more than the scissors. But as you could see, I do a bit of both. It's whatever works for you. Just practice and see what works for you. And you could use any black marker. That's a Memento. It matches the ink, but because I printed this out, it doesn't. But it doesn't matter. Use whatever black marker you have, and I go along the edges, and it hides any imperfections in my fussy cutting. And then I bring in a Spectrum Noir to add a little bit of sparkle where the highlights are and on the moon. And we're almost to the end, guys. So you could see the inside. You ready? Says, it's your birthday, you don't look a day older. Now I see it. Happy birthday, you old bat. And then I put glossy accents on the glasses. I thought it was cute. I'd love to get this card. Especially if it came from my daughter, because she calls me old all the time, but I'll have to find the right person to send it to. Thanks for spending some time with me, guys. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.